stake in one of our famous couples as we play the game of celebrity gossip, Tattletales. And here's this week's star of Tattletales, Gene Rayburn.
Thank you very much for joining us here on Tattletales, wherever you are. As you know, if you've been watching this program, our studio audience is divided into 3 rooting sections, each rooting for a celebrity couple. And this group over here will be rooting for Harvey Korman and his beautiful wife, Donna.
Yeah, baby.
Listen, Donna is a good player. Harvey is a good player. Are you both ready to have a go at this?
Oh, yes. I love this blue thing. Does it bring out my eyes?
Yes. Are your eyes really blue? No, your eyes are green.
Oh, go away. They're blue. Why am I doing Paul Lynde?
Okay. Now, the people in the center here, in the yellow section, will be rooting for Bert, what's his name, and his pretty wife?
Hello, pretty wife.
Hello.
I didn't realize that I was going to be in the yellow section. We all kind of matched things up here.
No, you
didn't we?
clash.
Didn't realize that.
No, you don't.
Do I clash? Oh,
Perfect
my.
ensemble. All right.
Merci.
Now, the people in the far red section over there will be rooting for the talented and gifted actor Roger Perry and beautiful Joanne Worley.
Making a
You
comeback.
ready? Rod?
Making a comeback.
You're going to make a comeback.
That's right.
You didn't say talented and gifted when you introduced me, Gene.
Well,
Talented and gifted.
we all understand that.
Never mind, Roger. Never mind.
All right, let's now listen. I want to say one word about the scoring. We start out with a pot of $150, and the couples who score, they share in the pot. Now, if only one couple scores, they get the whole pot. That's the way it is. We don't fiddle around here, do we?
No.
Okay.
I like to hear about scoring.
I'll tell you about that later. Don't hit him. He's a star. Now,
Prettiest
are you
green
ready?
eyes I've ever
okay.
seen, too.
Ladies, here you are.
Yes.
Listen to this now, ladies.
Okay.
You're wrecked on a desert island in the South Seas with a handsome young man.
How nice.
How do you like it so far? Terrific. All right.
Can't wait to see what happens.
Each of you is wearing one garment. Now, whose garment would you use for the distress flag? That's the thing. You're wrecked in a South Sea island with a handsome, terrific-looking young guy, each of you wearing one garment. Whose garment would you use for the distress flag? Think about that. Goodbye, ladies. I see we've given them a lot of food for thought there. Well, we talked
I'm just picturing my wife on a desert island in an overcoat. It's
South Sea Island.
That's a shocker and a stunner.
South Sea Island. And there's a young man there.
Yes.
Now, what is she going to say?
Yes. Well, she's going to say, look, if you take your one garment off,
Yeah.
you're going to be cold and you're going to be exposed. And I always think of the other person first.
Oh.
So I will use my one garment to signal for whatever.
Donna will say that.
I don't know. My eyes are suddenly green. I don't know anything anymore. Yes,
All right.
Donna will say. Yeah, Donna will say yes.
That
I will.
she will sacrifice her garment.
Yes.
Yes. Well, let's run it up the flagpole and see who salutes.
Lots of love, blue section.
No, first let's get Donna out here. Hello, Donna.
Hello.
Now we have come to the moment of truth. There you are, Donna, on this beautiful South Sea Island. The fern fronds are waving in the breeze. The palm trees are whispering sweet
Let's leave
nothings
her
into your
fern
ear.
fronds out of it.
Whose garment would you use for the distress flag?
Mine.
Now, how did you know she was going to say that, Harvey?
We have had such terrific communication and rapport lately. We just know what we're going to say now.
shut up.
Oh,
Yes. You would, Donna.
I'm sick of the whole
All right,
thing. Sick of him and his green
You
eyes.
may come to my dressing room later and
blue
talk about this.
shirt.
Hello there.
Hello
Thank you
there.
very much, Donna. Okay, now we go to Ann and Bert, and
Yes.
we'll ask Bert here. See how.
Which garment that we'd wave?
Whose garment would you use for the distress
How
flag?
far
What
can
will
a-
Ann say?
Oh, well, she will make no bones about this because how far can a loincloth be seen at sea? It's not, that's the main
You
question.
think the guy is wearing a loincloth?
Well, could be. But if it was me, it would be like a sail, so it'd be no problem. I'm sorry. Strike that. No, I
Bites are
think,
short.
Come on, Yellow Section, you're supposed to be rooting for me. Don't turn on me. I think that she'll say that it would be my garment because she'll say
Not
that...
yours. It's a handsome young man, not you.
Isn't that funny?
You're not on this island.
Well, I
We've got
thought that
in on this
you
island
said-
with a handsome young stranger.
C'est moi?
No, I see.
Oh, I see. Well, I don't want to play in that case, then.
Come on now, give us an answer.
Okay, gang, now, some handsome... I don't care what he puts. I think she'll say that she would insist that he would raise his garment.
Okay. All right. Hold everything now. Cool it, quiet.
You don't think so, gang?
Now let her... quiet. He has made a decision. He said that
And I'm
the
stuck
man
with it.
will
Is that
raise the garment as a distress signal.
I think so.
Let's get Ann out here. Hello, Ann.
Hello, what's going on out there?
Well, we, want you to make a decision now. You're in
Yes.
the South Sea, and you're shipwrecked, and you and this handsome young fellow are there all alone, and one of you has to take it off and run it up the flagpole. Now, which one will it be?
We each have one garment.
You each have one garment.
Handsome young fellow, huh?
Yeah, right.
Well, mine would already be off, so we might as well use that. You didn't say...
Yours would already be off, huh?
Wrong answer?
Handsome young
Sorry
fella.
about that, Yellow Section.
Okay, Ann.
I told you we had secrets.
Bert said that you would insist on the fellow
Yeah.
taking
Oh, really?
his... Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said, Ann. And you're in a lot of trouble,
You
sweetheart.
can live with someone a long time and not really know them.
Okay. All right, we thank you. Now we move along here to Joanne and Roger.
Sorry.
Hello, Rod.
Hello, G.
Are you ready?
No, go ahead.
You know Joanne Worley's mind.
Obviously not.
Whose garment would you use for the distress flag? What will she say to that?
Well, obviously her garment would be the biggest. She can't hear me, can't you?
You're in a heap of trouble, boy.
You and me both.
a heap of trouble.
No, I kid her a lot.
Yeah.
And I pay for it.
Yeah.
All right.
What will she say?
She's... No, I don't think so.
Hers.
See, I thought she was, she's from Indiana. I thought she was very shy.
Yeah.
But then yesterday, she said she wanted to know more about sex. So I would say the man's.
The man's.
That's right.
All right, the man's garment
that
would you
logical?
use as a distress flag.
No?
I thought it was logical, too. But
Well,
Are you
and
ready?
I-
Is that your final decision?
That's it, yeah.
Okay, let's get Joanne out here. All right, Joanne, how do you
Yes.
respond to this? You're on the desert island. Good-looking young guy. As a matter of fact, you followed him all around the shipboard once before it sank. No. Whose garment would you use for the distress flag?
Well, I can't wait to find out what Roger said. But I'm assuming the man is Roger, so we would use his garment. Is that what he said?
Let her assume what she wants to. So, that means Joanne and Roger win this whole pot.
Oh, terrific!
That's right. Oh, I beg your pardon. John and Harvey share in the pot, too. So at this moment, the score is nothing for Ann and Bert, 75 for John and Harvey, and 75 for Joanne and Roger. We'll be back in a moment or so with more of Tattletales, more secrets from our celebrities, so you hurry right back. All right. We're ready to carry on here with more of Tattletales and share some of the secrets of our celebrities here. Before we go on, may I just say to Bert a brief word of thank you for letting me do this week.
Well,
It's a
my
lot of
pleasure.
fun.
It is,
I'm
huh?
not doing it as good as you do it, but
No, you are. You
I'm
are.
having a time of my life, and I thank you.
Well, it's our pleasure. I can
Okay.
assure you, Jim. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your polite applause. Listen, as you know, on Match Game, we have questions that, we ask you to fill in a blank. We've adapted one for Tattletales here, and it goes like this. The question is for you ladies, and you guys will have to match what they say. Here it is, girls. If you want to ask your guy for something, to be sure you'll get yes for an answer, the best time to approach him is right after he's had blank. Just want to make sure they all heard that. If you want to ask your guy for something, to be sure you'll get yes for an answer, the best time to approach him is right after he's had blank. We'll check with you in a moment or so. Do not respond now. We'll say goodbye momentarily to the ladies.
Yeah, I've had blank for a long time.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Harv.
It's not the only thing in life, Gene. Can't tell you what else there is at the moment, but I know that instantly.
Yes.
I'm always much more approachable, much more easy and lovable after I've had a drink.
A drink. Okay.
Believe me, Blue Section.
Okay. I do believe they believe you.
Unless you can offer a better alternative. Can
Yes.
you think?
All right.
Nothing. All nodding heads.
Okay.
That's it.
So, Harvey says Donna will say a drink. And let's get Donna out here right now. And we're going to find out what Donna's response to that is. If you want to ask your guy for something, to be sure you'll get yes for an answer, the best time to approach him is right after he's had blank.
It's a toss-up.
It is?
Yeah, between pizza and sex. But I said sex. Cut the pizza.
With or without sausage?
Listen. I'd like to know.
I don't understand. I don't know that woman anymore.
I'd like to know a little more about your home
Am I
life.
blushing or am I green?
Anyway, Donna, needless to say, he didn't say pizza or sex. He said after a drink. But we thank you for a little insight into what goes on in the Harvey Korman household. Now over to Ann and Bert. Now, Bert, how is Ann going to respond to this? The best time to approach him is right after he's had blank.
Okay, well, it ain't
What will
pizza. Oh, you're an easygoing fella, you know, Harvey. I mean, oh, if she can get anything she wants out of you after pizza, I wish it was easy for me like that. Well, I tell you, I think that I'm vulnerable in a couple of times. Well, three. Actually, one is right after breakfast, because I don't function well.
Is that what you want to say?
No. What I want to say is after. I really want to say the same thing. Because she
After
says
a drink?
Yeah, she says
Okay.
I'm really particularly lovable.
All
after
right,
a
let's
drink.
get Ann out here and find out what she says. Ann,
Yes?
to be sure you'll get yes for an answer, the best time to approach him is right after he's had blank. What do you put in that blank?
Well, there are two possibilities. But this is a daytime show, so I'll go with coffee.
Now, I said almost that.
You didn't say coffee, right?
He didn't say coffee.
He said the other one.
He said...
No, I
wait,
meant-
the audience is appealing to the judge. They're saying coffee is a drink.
Coffee with booze in it. Irish coffee. I meant Irish coffee.
Yeah, that's what I meant. In all honesty, I did mean
That's
booze.
right, he meant booze,
I was
okay.
going to say breakfast, honey, with that, but I
All
thought.
right.
I meant to say Irish coffee.
Yes, so you do not share.
That doesn't
Attempt
count.
at a recovery. You do not share in the pot. Thank
I'm
you, Ann.
sorry.
Let's go to Roger Perry
Rats.
there. Roger's got a chance to pick up all the marbles here. What do you say Joanna's going to say?
We'll get it. We'll get it.
The
Don't
best
worry.
time to approach him is right after he's had blank.
Yeah, I have two choices also, but you have to, in order to get a yes, you have to be awake. So I will say, I'll go one better, after a few drinks.
After a few drinks. Okay. Cool it now. Do not no signs of approval or disapproval, if you please. Joanne Worley, come out here. There you are, Joanne.
Hello.
And here we are. And we need a response from you. To be sure you get yes for an answer, the best time to approach him is right after he's had blank. What do you put in that blank, Joanne?
Well, there are several terrific choices.
Yep.
But the one I'm going to say for television is a drink.
Joanne and Roger win all of the money in that pot. So the score now, 0 there, 75 there, 225 there. Joanne and Roger ahead. It's turnabout time. Come on out, ladies. Gentle to go back there. We'll pause for this commercial as we switch places. Come right back. Here we go. Now, gentlemen, you go to a party. You're at a party, you're introduced to a fantastic-looking girl who finds you attractive. How do you react? 1, flirtatious and sexy. 2, simply friendly. Or 3, rather shy. She's a terrific-looking gal. She finds you attractive. We want to know how you react. Flirtatious and sexy, simply friendly, or rather shy. Goodbye, gentlemen. And now, ladies, we talk to you, beginning with Donna. What will he say? 1, flirtatious and sexy. 2, simply friendly. Or 3, rather shy.
It's what he does, not what he says. Flirtatious and sexy.
Flirtatious and sexy. That's what he does.
That's what he does.
Okay, we're going to find out what he does right now, or what he thinks he does. Here comes Harvey. Hello, Harvey.
Hi, Gene.
Flirtatious and sexy, simply
sure am.
friendly,
Yeah.
or rather shy.
I can't help the sexy part. That's always there. I just add the flirtatious to it when a girl...
So, all right. That's what she said, Harvey. Well, that means you will share in this pot. Okay, thank you, sir. And now we go to Anne and ask her what Bert will say.
Well, I've watched him, and he's flirtatious and sexy.
He is flirtatious
Yes,
and
he
sexy.
is.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's get him out here and find out. There's Bert Convy. What do you say? Flirtatious and sexy, simply friendly, or rather shy?
At a party, is Ann at the party?
Very important. Nothing to do with it. Don't ask extraneous questions.
I'm sorry. Beautiful girl, and
Terrific looking girl.
Yeah, terrific.
And you're at the party.
What are you doing
How
out
do you
there?
react?
You get your
And
hands
she
off of
gives
her.
you a lot, too.
Come on now, stop it, Gene.
Very attractive.
Gene, there's a name for what you're doing.
What's that? Come on now, would you make up your mind? Give us an answer.
That's a sin what you're doing right now.
You can
no,
hear
it
it all
isn't.
the way in there?
I can hear it all the way in here. Right.
Flirtatious and sexy, simply friendly, or rather shy?
Well, I'm not noted for being particularly shy. I would say flirtatious and sexy.
So you will share in that pot.
Thank you.
Now, thank you, Bert. Now
Thank
we
you.
move along to Joanne Worley. What do you say? He's going to say.
Yeah, well, I think Roger will assume, too, that I'm at the party. Therefore, he doesn't do flirtatious and sexy.
What will he do?
But he thinks his shy is flirtatious and sexy without my knowing it. So I think he'll say shy.
Rather shy. All right, we're going to find out right
Wait
now.
a
Hold on.
minute.
Cool it, everybody. Here comes Roger. Roger.
Yes, I'm in trouble.
Flirtatious and sexy,
Yeah.
simply friendly, or rather shy? What say you, sir?
I know what she accuses me of, but I really think that I just act simply friendly.
Simply friendly. Well, that was a near miss. What did she say? She said rather shy, Roger. Rather shy.
Never at a party. No.
Honey, yes.
Of flirtatious
No.
and sexy. So right now, let's see now, who is in that pot? Donna and Harvey and Ann and Bert. And so the score at this moment, 75 for Ann and Bert, 150 for Donna and Harvey, 225 for Joanne and Roger. Okay, we'll come back in a moment or so, but first, this message. Here we go. If you're ready, we're ready.
ready.
Are you ready, gentlemen? Here we
Yes,
go.
we're ready.
Men, when things go wrong, as they do in everyone's life, which of you is more apt to hit the panic button? When things go wrong, as they occasionally do, which of you is more apt to hit the panic button? Now, this is the doubling game. We're playing for $300 instead of $150. Think about that as we say farewell to the gentlemen. And we talk to the ladies, beginning with Donna.
There's no question.
No question about it. Who hits the
Harvey
panic?
hits the panic button.
Harvey is the panic button hitter.
No question.
All right, let's find out right now what's going to happen. Here comes Harvey. There's Harvey. When things go wrong, as you do in everyone's life, which of you is more apt to hit the panic button? Me. That's what she said, Harvey. Okay, so you're going to share in the big doubling pot. Thank you, Harvey. And now let's go down to Ann and Bert. Ann, how is Bert going to respond to this?
This is really tough because we both do, but for different reasons. Oh, he hits a panic button for little things. You know, the
He
world
does.
is coming to an end
So you're
and
gonna-
it's
he's
stub your
go-
toe. I think I'll say Bert.
You think he'll say he will hit
I
the
think
panic?
he will.
Okay, let's get Bert out here. There he is.
Yes.
Handsome W, star of his own show. Which of you is more apt to hit the panic button?
Truly, I think Ann is.
She said you.
What does she know?
What does she know? She's only been married to you for these many years.
Almost a perfect
Sorry
start
about that,
today.
old bean. Thank you, Bert.
Bert, all the little things you go to pieces
Never
over.
mind, Ann, I don't want to hear about it.
He doesn't want to hear about it. Joanne, what will Roger say to this?
Roger thinks that I am absolutely hysterical, but I do it for a reason, to get things done. I'm sure he's going to say me.
Okay, let's bring Roger out. Roger, which of you is more apt to hit the panic button, you or Joanne?
Hello, Red Section. No question. Joanne.
They share in the pot, Joanne and Roger. Donna and Harvey share in the doubling pot. And we've got Joanne and Roger, the winning couple. Red Section wins. Congratulations. Okay, we'll come back to Tattletales in a moment or so for the final score, but first this. To the $375 of the winning couple, we add 1,000, so the Red Section, 1,375. Gene Abraham, join us next time. Goodbye.
Jack Clark speaking for Tattletales, a Mark Cooks and Bill Todman production.
Everyone in this arena has a money stake in one of our famous couples as we play the game of celebrity gossip, Tattletales. And here's today's star of Tattletales, Bob Barker.
If you were watching yesterday, you saw Bert host his own show, but it's MC week here. I'm doing this show, and we'll have guests doing tomorrow's show and the show after that. Then Bert will be back with you as your host. Of course, he's with us today. And look who else is with us today. Here, winning money for the blue section, we have Bert Convy and his lovely wife, Ann.
Thank you.
And playing for the banana section, we have none other than the star of Family Feud, formerly the star of Lucky Pair, Richard Dawson, and his lady, Jody. Lucky Pair, I remember that. And red section over there, playing for you, we have a guy who's been around fooling him as long as I have. Jack Narr, star of Concentration, and his wife, Now, gentlemen, you have spent a lifetime asking questions. You're about to answer some. Ladies, you can hear me?
Yes.
All right, here's the first question. I get so many kisses from happy winners on The Price is Right that if I didn't come home from work with lipstick on my collar, my wife wouldn't believe I'd been at work. If your guy shows up after work with lipstick on his collar, do you ask him about it or ignore it? All right, girls, we'll say goodbye to you for the moment. And gentlemen, this is for $150. I will begin with the old master himself.
Yeah, who's
Bert
getting older?
Convy.
I'm getting older faster, too.
How do you answer that question, Bert?
Two quick stories come to mind. I'll tell one of them. The other, a while ago, I came home and I had perfume. She gave me a kiss. Hi, honey. What's that? Panic. I said, what's what? What is that perfume? What is that? I don't know, and I didn't know. And I went like that. I said, gee, it's very familiar. She said, I'm sure it is. I said, I don't know, honey, I don't know. Well, what do you wear? I said, and what do you wear? We go, it was hers. She doesn't really say anything about it. I don't remember coming home with it. I carry a couple of spare shirts around with me so that I don't have that problem.
I'm using his dressing room, and he's not kidding. He has shirts all over.
So the question is, what would she say if I came home with lipstick?
Yes, would she ignore it
Oh.
Or would she ask you about it?
No, she would not ignore it.
She would not.
No.
She'd ask you about it.
She would ask me about it.
All right. Bert says that she would ask him about it. Let's have Ann with us again, please. Ann?
Yes.
Yes. Ann, you heard the question. Let me repeat just the last part of it, please.
All right.
If your guy shows up after work with lipstick on his collar, do you ask him about it or do you ignore it?
Would I ask him? As soon as he came to, yes, I would ask him.
Not kidding. Got a mean left.
I understand that he came home with perfume on just the other day. And
He
you
did?
discovered...
Don't you remember when
I
you...
missed that one.
No, don't you remember once when you said, you gave me a kiss and you said, what is that? What's that? I said, I don't know. And I finally figured out it was yours. It was your perfume, don't you remember? And I took you in there.
You're giving me interesting information. Huh?
Yes.
She
I
has a
have
short
an
memory.
interesting bit of information for you, too. He carries some of your perfume in the glove compartment of his car.
The man is always prepared.
All right. Now, you two have answered correctly. Yes, you have agreed in your answer, and on to Richard Dawson. Richard, how will Jody answer? Will she say that she would ask you about the lipstick, or would she ignore it?
This is sort of a question like one guy says, how long have you been wearing a girdle? And he said, ever since my wife found it in the glove compartment of my coat. I must tell you, Jody comes to work all the time, every time so she knows that I love to kiss those ladies. I think she would ignore it.
She would just ignore it.
Unless it was the color, of course, that Bert wears. Well, I'll say she'll ignore it, Bob.
Very well. Let's have Jody join our little party, please. Jody, the last part of the question, if you recall, was if your guy shows up after work with lipstick on his collar, do you ask him about it or do you ignore it?
Well, if you've watched Family Feud and Match Game, you'll see that Richard kisses everybody, and this carries over into his real life also. So I would not think twice about it and would not ask him.
You would ignore it.
Yes,
She would ignore it. I want you and Dorothy Joe to have a long talk after the show. Jack Nars?
Yes, Bob.
What would Doe do? Would she ignore the lipstick on your collar, or would she ask you about it?
Well, now, Bob, you know I desperately need a right answer, having gotten none on the
yesterday's show. You had a problem or two.
So I'm going to play it perfectly straight. Boy, she better be right. She goes to all the tapings with me. She sees all the action. She knows that when somebody wins a car on concentration, they run up and give me a kiss. She sees it, and when we get home, if she leaves a show early or something and I come in, she would not question it. She would just ignore it.
She would ignore it, is Jack's answer.
God, I hope so.
And the red section hopes that is Doe's answer. Let us speak with Doe, please. Doe, if Jack should come home after work with lipstick on his collar, would you ask him about it or would you ignore it?
I would ignore it.
You would ignore it? So they split the $150 three ways, $50 for each couple, $50 for each section, and we'll be discussing more interesting subjects with our panel after this message.
Time to meet us on the Buzzer Casino floor for Family Feud. Families take a spin at the top answers, hoping to hit the jackpot.
Survey says
Family Feud, all this week at 10 p.m. on Buzzer Casino. Feeling lucky?
And we're ready for our next question. Now, the question is this, ladies. What percentage of your man's appeal is based on his ability to make you laugh? Is it closer to 10%, 50%, or 90%? Now, cogitate on that for a spell, and we'll have you back with us shortly. There they go. And this time I shall begin with you, Richard.
Well, I was going to say, laughingly referred to in a couple of articles as the sex symbol of Match Game. And every time I get romantic with her, she laughs like the devil. I will have to say 90%.
90% is his answer. 90% is his answer.
Yeah.
And here comes Jody.
Oh, yeah.
Jody, tell me, what percentage of your man's appeal is based on his ability to make you laugh? Is it closer to 10%, 50%, or 90%?
it's so difficult because Richard knows how much I love his sense of humor and how I love people who make me laugh anyway. But he has so much going for him in so many other areas, such that I would say, 90%.
90%. And the banana section is so happy that you said 90%.
Oh, goodness.
They brought these questions. I beg your pardon?
No, I love funny people. And
well, and Dick is certainly a funny guy.
Yes, he is.
They brought these questions into me when I was in my dressing room. Dorothy Jo was with me, and I read her this question. And I said, what would it be for you? She said, 90%. What else is there? All right, Jack Nars, tell me now.
I am sort of in the same boat. She laughs at me a whole lot, except when I say something funny. Then being of Lithuanian descent, that Litvak breaks into tears every time. So I think that she's going to go for 10%.
You say 10%. Very well. Let's find out what she says. Quiet, audience, please.
I think so.
Let's have Doe back now.
Gee, I don't know this.
Doe, the question is, what percentage of your man's appeal is based on his ability to make you laugh? Is it closer to 10%, 50%, or 90%?
Oh, that's hard. 50%.
50%?
No.
I'm sorry, Jack. Would you like to
I
discuss it with her?
I went with 10. I thought, you'd go for that one. You don't laugh that much. I don't make you laugh that. Well, because I do. But
maybe you're just not laughing at the same thing.
Mostly she laughs when I do dumb things like this.
Well, the red section is not laughing right now. So let's go on over here to Bert. And
we got one right.
Yes.
Bert,
we'll get you one.
I know I make her laugh, but I make her cry, too. Could we put that in there as well on the other side?
That could be the next question.
It could be. It's between 90 and 50, and I'm going to have to make a guess. You think 50, gang? You don't think I'm so funny either, huh?
Try 10.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
After his last line, won't you go for 90% now?
Oh, there's a few tens up there, I think. I'm going to... Okay, I'll go with you. Let's go for 50. There must be
50%.
something else I've got.
All
I don't know what it is.
Bert's answer is 50%, and may we have Ann on, please? And this is an important answer because so far Richard Dawson and Jody have the whole thing. Question is, what percentage of your man's appeal is based on his ability to make you laugh? Is it closer to 10%, 50%, or 90%?
If I could only tell you the times I laughed when he wasn't trying to be funny.
Well, we have time. Go right ahead.
Oh, no, never mind.
A sense of humor is the most important thing you can have, 90%.
90% is not what he said. He said 50%.
Revenge.
So Richard and Jody have won $150 here for a total of $200, and the UCLA group is on its feet. Now we're going to change places here, and then you'll have more questions.
Buzzer, 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 buzzer.
Yes, now I have some good news and some bad news. The good news is that I have a very interesting question to pose for these three gentlemen who are backstage now. The bad news is that we're going to take the $150 away from Richard and Jody because there is the possibility that the audience reaction may have influenced Jody in her answer.
Good.
Sorry,
Good.
but that's what we have.
We need all the help we can get.
Yes.
You know,
If I'm Bob,
We're still
I was
free.
mistaken.
Oh, my.
I was mistaken. That wasn't bad news. The Reds and the Blues love that news. Yes, they're applauding now.
We're all even now.
All right, now, gentlemen, listen carefully.
Yes, Robert.
Think of all the women with whom you were ever romantically involved. This is only a half-hour show, of course. How many? How many were you actually in love with? None of them, a few of them, most of them, or all of them? You all three look frightened. We will leave you alone for just a few moments.
Please.
Let's say goodbye to them, and I shall begin with you, Anne.
Oh,
I'd
I
like
was
to
afraid of
have
that.
you answer the question first, if you will, please. They are going to think of all the women with whom they have ever been romantically in love. How many were romantically involved? How many of them were they actually in love with? None of them, a few of them, most of them, or all of them? What will Bert say?
That's very difficult. He was so involved with sports and things, but he was only interested in women about the time I got a hold of him.
Aha.
I'll say a few.
A few.
Yeah, I hope. That's what
She
he
says
told
a
me.
few
I
of
don't
them
know.
is her answer. Very well. May I discuss this with Bert, please? Bert, on the subject of women with whom you are romantically involved, how many were you actually in love with? None of them, a few of them, most of them, or all of them?
Well, I don't know how Ann could really, truly answer this because we have never gone into it in detail, you know.
I can imagine that you have not.
No. I would really honestly say a few of them.
A few of them is right. Bert. You done did it. Yeah.
But
after this show, I dare say you will go into it in greater detail.
No, it's all long ago, past history, way back when I was 9. I was 9.
Yes, of course. Of course, we're playing now for $300, so you have at least $100 of it already.
Terrific.
Now on to Richard and Jody here. And Jody, what do you predict Richard's answer to be? None of them, a few of them, most of them, or all of them?
I guess I'd be pretty idealistic to think none. And besides, Richard was married before.
Not
so
necessarily in love, just married.
But he was in love. I know he was. And
I thought that was funnier than the audience did.
Yes, he was. So I will say a few.
You will say a few of them? Richard, let's have him back, please. Richard, the question was about the women with whom you were romantically involved. How many were you actually in love with? None of them, a few of them, most of them, or all of them?
What sort of car is it again?
Johnny, what kind of car was it? It was a Vega.
Oh, a Vega. I'll bet $18,000. Now, please give me the options.
Yes, I will. The options are none of them, a few of them, most of them, or all of them.
Well, there are only two ladies I love, my first wife and Jody, so I'll say a few.
A few of them is what Jody said. A few of them is what Jody said, and so now you and Bert are sharing $300.
Dick, haven't I seen you on the Liars Club recently?
Yes, you have. Yes.
But we are moving on down to Doe. Doe, what do you predict Jack's answer to be? None of them, a few of them, most of them, or all of them?
I'm going to ask them this time because my batting average was zilch.
90%.
A few.
She says a few of them because a few of you said a few of them. Now, let me discuss it with Jack, please. Jack?
Yes, Bob.
You know the subject. How many were you actually in love with?
Could you give me the whole thing again?
Yes, I will. Think of all the women with whom you were ever romantically involved. How many were you actually in love with? None of them, a few of them, most of them, or all of them?
Well, you know, one of them is Doe right now. I'd like to take the fifth. Either the amendment, vodka, scotch, I don't care. Any kind of fifth. Only one, only Doe.
Well, now the options are none of them, a few of them, most of them, or all of them. No help, audience.
Gosh, that's a funny...
None of them, a few of them, most of them, or all of them?
All of them.
All of them. Doe said a few of them. So Ann and
What's
Bert,
the difference,
Jody and
all or
Richard
a few?
share the $300. They each have $200 now.
I'm in trouble
We
tonight.
have another question coming up after we have this message. It's still anybody's game because this question is worth $300. Ann and Bert have 200, Jody and Richard have 200, and Doe and Jack have 50. And I'm going to begin with Doe and Jack when we asked Jack for his answer. The question, gentlemen, is, in the course of the last month, which of the two of you complained more about anything, you or your gal? Now, you think that over for a moment. Let's say goodbye to them. And Doe, will you please give me your prediction as to Jack's answer? Which one of the two of you complained more about anything, you or your gal?
Jack has complained.
Jack has complained more than you have.
About his golf game, about the refrigerator going kaputz, and the washer, dryer, the dishwasher. Oh, everything's happened. He's
Not winning any
more.
money on Tattletales.
Not winning any money on
Okay, let's have Jack
He's
with us,
complained
please.
the most.
Jack,
Yes,
the question
Bob.
is, in the course of the last month, which of the two of you complained more about anything, you or your gal?
Well, we've had a disastrous month, I might say, in not too serious a way, but I guess that I probably...
You, Jack, have for the moment. You have answered correctly. But
Oh, what a month.
now on here to Ann and Bert. Ann, what will Bert's answer be to the question in the course of the last month, which of the two of you complained more about anything, you or your gal?
Oh, this is so easy. Bert's always in a good mood. It's so depressing. I complain.
You complain more?
Yeah.
All
He's
right.
always happy.
Her answer is that she complains the most. Now, let's find out what Bert has to say, please. Bert, in the course of the last month, which of the two of you complained more about anything, you or your gal?
It's not easy because there have been things to complain about on both of our parts. On a lot of our parts, in fact. Which of the two of us?
Which of the two of you complain more about anything, you or your gal?
Well, I have something in mind, and I don't know if Ann told you about it. And I'm not going to go into it, but I'm going to say it's me.
No, you are gallant, but you are wrong. She said that she had complained more.
Really?
Yes,
what was it
she
about,
did.
Ann?
Bert.
What was it, honey?
I'm always complaining. You're always cheerful.
Yeah, but did you forget my
Punch
injury?
him in the mouth. He's so cheerful.
You may have a new injury after today.
And wait a minute. Did you forget my injury?
Oh, I'm talking about in general over the years.
She's talking about things that are really important, not your injuries.
Now I
Bert.
really have something to complain about.
Let's find out what Jody has
Complain
to
about
say.
my injury
in the course
tomorrow.
of the last month, which of the two of you complained more about anything, you or your gal, is the question. Jody, what will he say?
Okay, I have to say that I don't believe Richard complains at all. He's not a complainer, and I don't really think I am, but he has said that I do complain. So he's probably going to say I am the
He
one.
is going to say that you, Jody, complain more. All right, let's have Richard, and he will speak his piece. Richard, in the course of the last month, which of the two of you complained more about anything, you or your gal?
This is really just a guess. I'll say me.
You will say you, and that is wrong, and Jack and Doe win $300, which gives them $350, and they have come back, one of Tattletale's great comeback to win the game for the red section. And we will be back after we have a look at this.
Up next, how you doing on those bracket choices? Well, Jim Perry's hoping for a hosting win on Card Sharks. Stay tuned.
Well, these blinking lights tell the story. Doe and Jack came through, $350. And of course, to that, you add $1,000, so their total will be $1,350. How about that, Red Section? But you fought the hard fight, all of you did, and it's been a pleasure for me to have the opportunity to do your show, Bert. This is a fun show to do.
Thank you, Bob. Don't get to like it too much. You got to hurry.
No chance of me taking over from you. You do a beautiful job, and tomorrow you will see Jack Nars doing a beautiful job on Tattletale. Now, Bob Barker says goodbye, everybody.
This is Gene Wood speaking for Tattletale. A Mark Goodman, Bill Coffin production. This program has been edited for broadcast. Everyone in this arena has a money stake in one of our famous couples as we play the game of celebrity gossip, Tattletales. And here's today's star of Tattletales, Jack Nars. Oh, what a way to start my day. Thank you. I want you to know that my heart is really started now. And what it says on your T-shirt, I am not now. That was very nice. And hi at home, welcome to Tattletales. Now, if you're wondering, what's Nars doing out there, let me explain that this is MC Week here on Tattletales. Bob Barker did it yesterday. I'll louse it up today, and Richard Dawson will do it tomorrow, and Bert will do the shows on either end. He's already done one, and he'll do the last one this week. So we have all MCs on our panel, and let's meet them right now. First of all, here's the star, the real star of this here now show, Tattletales, Mr. Bert Conley. and his wife. And Bert will be playing and winning lots of money for the blue section. And now winning lots of money for the yellow section, or the bananas as they're sometimes referred to. We have the star of Family Feud, Mr. Richard Dawson, and his gal, Jody Donovan. And on the end, and I've enjoyed working with all these gentlemen this week. It's been a ball. Now, winning money for the red section, we have the star of The Price is Right, Bob Barker, and his wife, Dorothy Joe. And there they are. And you're looking too sober back. That's
I'm ready.
girl.
I'm serious. I'm ready to play.
Pardon?
I'm ready to play. I'm getting
Hey,
serious.
make some money. Let's do it then.
Okay.
And to do that, we'll get right into our first question. And here it is. Ladies, if you wanted to get up a nude swimming party at your pool, how many friends could you count on to join you? None? A couple of them? About half a dozen? About a dozen? Or more than that? All right? Okay, let's say bye-bye to the girls. They go away now. And we're going to, this question's worth $150. You catch me doing anything wrong, Bert, just tell me. All right?
Are you kidding? That's the greatest opening I've ever seen in my life. They're not that glad to see me, I'll tell you that. That
Bert,
was incredible.
Let's start with you. What's she going to say? Nude swimming party, how many friends could you count on?
Well, first of all, the first problem is we don't have a pool.
That's interesting.
Does that make any difference?
Well, that's for your friends who don't want to swim.
Yeah, right. Or they don't care about that anyway, I guess.
Well, if you had a pool.
Yeah, if we had a pool and we were going to do that. Now, I don't know how Ann's going to handle this because I have to tell the truth, don't I? That's
Yes,
what
you
this
do.
is about.
Or try.
We have some friends that we either suspect or know would be certainly interested in that.
Now the question is, how many of your friends?
How many? What was the highest figure?
Well, more than a dozen.
More
Is
than
the
a
highest
dozen? No, it
figure.
wouldn't be more than a dozen. Then it's a dozen.
Dozen.
Then it's a half a dozen.
Yeah, a couple or none.
I'm running through the names. Oh boy, if you could read my
Could you
mind.
do them out loud? We
No,
may
sir,
wanna-
I won't do that. I'm going to say that. I'll say a half a dozen, but it could very well go up in numbers.
Good. But you're going to stick with 6.
I think there's semi-legion out there. I'm going to say a half a dozen.
Does that include Dick and me?
No, it doesn't. Were you?
present company accepted.
Oh, I'm sorry. Make it 8, 10.
No, I don't have that.
Well, you don't have 10.
I could give you a dozen.
You could.
This sounds like we're bidding on the Price is Right here. What's happening?
If you know some numbers I don't know. Okay, I'll stick with a half a dozen, but she might say a dozen. But let's cross our fingers, Blues,
Half
and
dozen.
see what she says.
All right.
Here we go.
Okay. Half a dozen. All right, fine. Okay, now we're going to bring Ann on to find out what her answer is. Okay, Annie. Hi, Ann.
Hi.
Been thinking about it?
Yes.
How many of your friends would come to that nude swimming party?
Now, what were the choices again? Oh.
Okay, the choices are none, a couple of them, about half a dozen, about a dozen, or more than that.
Oh. I'd have to
So it's
guess.
probably 0, 2, 6, 12 or more.
6.
6 is right. That's what Bert said. You know your friends.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Yay, Blues.
That's good.
Good, darling.
I wonder
All
if
right.
we're thinking of the same people.
Beg your pardon, Ann?
I wonder if we're thinking of the same
I was wondering the same thing.
Well, Ann,
Bert
you
didn't
wanna-
name any. Would you like to?
Tell us some, Ann, to see if we match.
No.
The MC from... Okay, that's good. And that's money in the pot for the blue section. All right. Now let's go over here and check with Richard Dawson. Dick, what's Jody going to say?
Well, there's...
Do you have a pool?
Yes, we do.
All right, good.
Madeline
Good start.
Murray O'Hare. Billy Graham. Oral Roberts. The King family, I guess.
You forgot Donnie and Marie.
Let's have an Olympic-sized pool.
That's right. They won't come. I'm going to say a couple.
A couple.
After all that.
Bert and Bob.
Well, we won't mention names.
Wait a minute.
We will not mention names.
Going to hang in there with 2, huh?
Yeah, because all of the Jody's friends are very, very strict. They
right.
wear crinolines when they swim. That's really strict.
And starched undies.
Yeah,
huh?
very strict. Very strict. I'll
Okay.
say a couple.
Okay, you're going to say a couple.
So
All right.
far, Bert's
Now-
party sounds like
Yes,
more fun.
it is.
Yes, so by 4 at least, right? Okay, now, audience, let's be quiet as we bring on Jody. Hi, Jody.
Hi there.
Been thinking about that party?
Yes, I have.
How many friends do you think will show up?
I'm trying to second guess Richard, but I think my safest answer is a couple of them.
That is Okay. So that's money in the bank for the banana section on that one. And now we check in with Buck Barker. Howdy. I love that vest there, Bob. That's beautiful.
Just invite me to your party. I'll take it
Okay.
off.
And that's all you'll wear. How about Dorothy Jo? What's
Well,
she going to
I've
say?
never been in a worse spot to think that 6 and 2 and get it, you know.
Yeah.
Dorothy Jo and I have a lot of old, fat friends, you know, and...
That's the best kind.
This is just not their kind of party, you know? I hate to sound so square, but I don't think any of our friends. I think none.
Absolutely.
I'd
none.
like to think otherwise. In fact, I'm going to get some invitations out. But
We got a couple of numbers for you.
I was going to say I'd like to have their
You mean
books.
you have the kind of friends who, if they showed up nude, somebody would say, "What's she wearing?" And the other guy would say, "I don't know, but it sure needs pressing." Is that it, Bob? Is that what you're trying to say? You're going to say 0, none, huh?
I'm going to say none.
None. Okay, that's for you, Red Sox. Okay, here we go. Quiet, please. Let's bring on Dorothy Jo. Hi, Dorothy Jo.
Hi.
How about your nude swimming party? How many of your friends are going to show up?
Oh, we had the heater turned off last week, and I don't think Barker and I would even go, so nobody.
Nobody is right. You scored 100% on that question. All right. So they all three came up with the right answer, and that is $50 apiece for each section. Congratulations there, gang. And now, guys and ladies, this question is going to take a little thought, so we're going to give you some time to think about it. I'll ask it now before we go to the commercial.
Oh.
Okay. Most couples have had an amusing experience involving an automobile. What is your favorite story involving an automobile? Most couples have had an amusing experience involving an automobile. What is your favorite story involving an automobile? Think about that as they go away and we go away for these commercials. Then we'll be back with more of Tattletale.
Watch out, America, to get me in the game.
We're about to continue now with Tattletales. On the first question, all three sections won. We have $50 for each section up there. We asked this question before we went away so that the girls could think about it. It was, most couples have had an amusing experience involving an automobile. What is your favorite story involving an automobile? Now we're going to say bye-bye to the girls one more time. And, Richard, we're going to start with you this time. Tell us what you think. Jody will tell us about an experience with automobile.
Well, I never let her ride in my car, so we've never had one together. You know.
Oh, I see.
But now she has just bought a brand new sports car. Now, this is true. She drove to Reno, worked about 4 weeks, then went to Elko, Nevada, and halfway, out of nowhere at all, had a puncture.
Yeah.
And went to get the tire out, could not get the lug nuts off of they were just seized tight.
Mm-hmm.
And she was out in the middle of the desert. She waited about 3 hours, and a nice young couple helped her. She told me it on the phone in tears, and then naturally I laughed for 4.5 hours.
Oh, I was wondering when you were going to get to the amusing part. That's what, when you
I
laughed.
thought, well, she thinks it's funny now.
Oh, I see.
Actually,
Okay,
I wish I hadn't
so that'll
tightened
be
it
it.
quite as hard.
So it's driving between
it's
Tahoe
getting
and
the
Elko.
flat with her new car.
Okay, fine. We'll find out if that is her experience. Now, quiet,
Tell me
please.
the same thing.
And here comes Jody. Jody, been thinking about automobiles and
I sure
an
have.
amusing experience? What is your favorite story involving that automobile?
I'm sorry, I have no amusing experience except the only thing, and I can't think of anything that happened with the two of us. The only thing I can think involving an automobile is this past month I tell the story about how I was stranded between Reno, Nevada and Elko, Nevada.
That is
I
it.
couldn't get what?
Good. That's exactly what he told us, Jody.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe it.
That's exactly the story Richard told us.
Oh, nice.
And we hope that, Jody, you have better luck with your new car in the
Thank you.
future.
Thank
Okay?
you.
Now let's go over to Bob, right? Okay, and Bob?
Well, now, unlike Dick's story, my story about an automobile went on over a period of time. Many years ago, I had a very sporty yellow convertible, and it had an automatic choke. And the car would do everything but run. The choke would stick open, and it flooded it, or it would stick closed, and the car got no gasoline, so it would never start. And I would go out in the morning and have an appointment and have to get in there and work on this automatic choke with my hands, and I'd make a mess of myself, you see. So I got a stick, and I got so good at it, I could lift the hood of that car and tap it in just the right way, and I'd get this thing going. And one time I stalled out at Sunset and Vine. I had traffic stopped, and I just got out as if I were a brain surgeon. I lifted that hood, I tapped that automatic choke, and I got back in, and a policeman said, "I have seen everything now." Now, I think Dorothy Joe will remember that car.
Now, this, of course, we're going to have to isolate it to one of those. In other words, it was a car that you could do magic with.
It was a car with the automatic choke that I had to get a stick. And when I sold that car, being honest,
you sold the stick, I hope.
I gave the buyer the stick. That's right.
I thought you were going to say shaft, but... Okay, let's see if Dorothy Joe can remember all that now. Let's be quiet out here and bring on Dorothy Joe Barker. Hi, Dorothy Joe.
Hi.
Have an amusing experience about an automobile for us?
Well, sort of.
Okay.
We once had this car that I won't mention the brand name of.
Thank you.
But anyway, the carburetor would stick open or it would stick shut. If I'm completely wrong, it's a long, dull story, and
That's the story.
Good.
Just to confirm it, Dorothy Joe, that's the one where he used to fix the carburetor with a long
the
stick.
stick. Did he tell you he gave the stick to the guy who
He sold it to, yes, he did.
Betcha.
Right again.
I told them every word of the long, dull story.
He got a lot of laughs with it, too, Dorothy Joe. All right, we have two right answers so far. Now let's see how Bert and Ann do.
Well, we've had so many car stories, but the one that comes to mind is I was doing a play here in Los Angeles, the Huntington Hartford Theater, called Front Page, and Ann came down one night to see the show, but she brought her car because I was going to be staying afterwards for a little rehearsal. So she brought her car down, saw the show, and afterwards I said, "Goodbye, honey, I'll see you later." It was raining, pouring rain. She drove away, and I'm at rehearsal, and I get a phone call. I'm stuck. I'm down here on Sunset Boulevard in front of Hollywood High School. So when you're coming home, please, that's me out there waving frantically. I said, okay. So I pull up behind her, and sure enough, she's on Sunset Boulevard, pouring down rain, and her car won't start. So I say, here's what we have to do. We can't let the car stay here because it's a traffic street in the morning. It can't be there. They'll tow it away. Let's push the car across the street. There's a motel across the street.
Yeah.
We'll push the car across the street into the parking lot, lock it, and then we'll have it push the car across the street when the light changes. I say, honey, I'm going to go in the motel office here and just tell the fella that we'll have the car picked up in the morning, not to worry about it. I walk in the motel door. I say, listen, sir. And he says, oh, hiya, how are you? I'd never been there before in my life.
Oh, yeah.
I said, no, you don't know me. He says, I never forget a face. Are you kidding? I said, no, you don't understand. And there's Annie burning in the doorway, you know. I said, honey, it's from television. He doesn't know me. He says, hey, mister, I never forget a face. How you been? No, will you please? I'm saying, no, look, our car broke down. I locked it up, and we'll come and tow it away in the morning, okay? Okay, good to see you again. Now we get back in my car. We're driving home, and I don't know what to say to her. I say, honey, you know, I mean, I may be crazy, but I'm not stupid. I would not go into that motel if I'd ever been there before. I don't want you to be angry with me. She says, Bert, what makes you think he was talking to you?
Good thing he didn't say Mr. or Mrs. Jones.
No,
right?
He didn't. I always use Smith anyway.
Okay,
so.
very good. Enjoyed the story. Now let's see how Ann does. So everybody quiet. Let's bring on Ann. Okay, Ann.
Boy, what a long story.
It was a beautiful one. How about it? An amusing experience involving an automobile.
Does it involve the time a car broke down in front of Hollywood High and we went to motel across the street?
That's it. Right. They all score again. Beautiful. Now we're all tied up at $100
apiece. We'll do our turnaround now and then come back with more Tattletales right after these words.
There's no white like Plus White. With its dual-action anti-stain polishers, Plus White whitens like no ordinary...
Fascinating new worlds here at the National Geographic Society.
Okay, we are back. We have the gentlemen backstage now, and the ladies are here on stage. And I want to tell everybody, ladies and gentlemen, we're running just a little long because of those beautiful stories we had. So we're going to have just one more question on the show, and it will be worth $450. Okay, to Biggie. 450. All right. Now, here's the question. Men, gentlemen, you're alone in your dressing room just before airtime. A beautiful young woman comes in, locks the door, and drops the key down her bodice. Bodice? Somebody over 50 wrote this, I'll tell you. Anyhow. Now, she says, I'm a big fan of yours, and if you want to get out of here, you'll have to get the key. Would you try to get the key or holler for help? You cowards. Okay, beautiful young thing comes in, locks your door, drops the key down her bodice. Big fan of yours. If you want to do the show, get the key. What'll you do? Try to get it or holler for help? Bye, guys. Dorothy Jo Barker. What'll Bark do?
Well, since it's only in her bodice, as you said, I think he'd go for it. He did.
He'd just do it that way. He wouldn't hold her by the heels and shake her. Just right.
I didn't want to go into detail, but he'll get it.
But you know Bob well enough to say that
I think so.
I'm
not making predictions.
We're going to find out now. Dorothy Jo, let's bring on Bob, especially in the red. Hello, Mr. Barker, star of Price is Right. You old devil, you. What are you going to do with this beautiful young thing that locks herself in your dressing room and says you're going to get the key or you're going to holler for help?
I'll just go along with anything Dorothy Jo said.
Yes, you will. Now, come on, don't...
Well, I'd like to get a lot of laughs and say a lot of funny things, but what I'd really say is, help!
Oh, no! Bob, Dorothy Jo said you'd go for it.
Well,
$450.
I would be tempted to, but on the other hand, if I were honestly doing the show and someone managed to get in there, you know, and so on, knowing as little as I do about California law, I would still...
Well, we found your choking price, Barker, $450.
That's
okay?
it. That's it.
Now, Ann, what would Bert do?
I think he would go for the key and then she'd yell for help.
That's it. All right. Ann says, Bert, go out. Go for it. All right, let's bring Mr. Bert Comby on and find out. Hi, Bert.
Hi.
Well, what are you going to do? Go for it or yell for help?
Go for it. Oh, you
boy, yeah.
I was going to say, I never ran for the fight.
That's what Ann said. Tell him, as a matter of fact, Ann, tell him exactly what you said.
I said you'd go for it and then she'd yell for help.
Yeah.
I don't know if I think that's quite true. Of course, I don't know what a bodice is either, so...
I told you it was written by somebody over 50. A bodice is,
I know what a bodice is.
Okay, top front. Anyhow, we're going to pause for these words, and then we're going to come back and get Richard Dawson's reaction. Okay, Jody? A little more thinking time for Dickie.
It's amazing, but lots of homeowners didn't refinance their homes.
It's not sold in stores.
And we're back to Tattletales, and poor Richard Dawson is still locked in his dressing room with that beautiful young thing. We're going to get him out now, though. And let's check in with you. Jody Donovan, what do you say Richard's going to say? He's going to go for the key or yell for help?
But there are actually two ways to look at this.
Yes.
This way.
Tell me.
But, no, really, because on one hand, he would enjoy going for the key. It's no big deal. It's only bodice, right? Maybe it is a big deal. But he also doesn't like someone telling him, you can't do this unless you do. You know, he wouldn't go for somebody that forward. He really doesn't like forward people. So that's why I'm so stuck. But I'm going to say he's going to go for it.
He'll go for it.
I
Well,
mean,
the yellow section hopes you're right. The blue, of course, hope you're wrong.
You
But
laugh.
it's all writing on here. Okay, let's bring Richard back on, please. And quiet, audience. Hi, Richard.
Hi, Jack.
What are you going to do? Go for it or yell for help?
Well, I don't let anybody tell me what to do. I'd yell for help.
Oh, no! She said you'd go for it. And that means the blue section wins the $450. How about that?
Okay, we'll take a little time out, and then we're going to come back with more of Tattletales. Don't go away.
This is a special follow-up report from the Psychic Solution. I'm Ed Stevens.
And I'm Angela Deacon. Our reporters have been...
100-997-78...
Congratulations to Ann and Bert Convey. Blue section, $550. We add $1,000. $1,550 if I remember the book. Congratulations, Bert. And this is Jack Carr. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you tomorrow. Richard Dawson will be the MC on Tattletales. Goodbye, everybody. This is Gene Wood speaking for Tattletales. A Mark Goodson, Bill Proteus production. There's all-star excitement. There's all-star fun. It's All-Star Family Feud coming up next on Game Show Network. Everyone in this arena has a money stake at one of our famous couples as we play the game of celebrity gossip, Tattletales. And here's today's star of Tattletales, Richard Dawson.
Thank you.
He has all the luck.
I've seen this show so many times. Bert comes out here, and the lady gives him a microphone. He kisses the lady. Huckleberry Dillinger, where did you come from? Anyway, I thank you for the thought. It was very nice. Guard, we welcome you to Tattletales. This is a special week. All the hosts all come on here, and Bert is kind enough to let us take over for a day, but he also gets a chance to play the game, and he brings on his pretty wife. Well, let's meet some of the hosts right now, shall we? Right here, one of my favorites, the star of The Price is Right, Mr. Bob Barker and his wife, Dorothy Jones. The best. And the gentleman who's kind enough to stand out of the spotlight, only to get back in the spotlight again, the star of Tattletales, Bert Convey, and his lovely wife, Ann. There you are. Star of Concentration, Mr. Jack Nars and his pretty wife, Doe. Here we go, Rick. Okay. I'm starting to get excited about that kiss. Thank you.
See, Richard, when you come out here, you don't
Did you
know.
hear what Jack said?
What did Jack say?
He saw the gentleman there, and he looked over to me, and he said, Dick has all the luck. I didn't mean that.
Listen, I do happen to have luck because I have a chance here to do the show. And ladies, I got a great question here for you. I want you to listen. Ladies, do you think you'd make love more often if you did not have a television set? Yes or no? Do you think you'd make love more often if you didn't have a TV set? Yes or no? Think it over. Bye-bye. Oh, Bob. This is going to be a do-or-die question, right? Because we do it for a living, but now you got to decide.
Yes, we do. Of course, Dorothy Joe and I, we were married before television.
Uh-huh.
But that was years ago, so if things have slowed down, it may not be just television, you see? It could be the passage of time. Now, I didn't say things had slowed down. Don't misunderstand me. No. But things may have slowed down just a bit. However, I don't think television makes that much difference.
You do?
No, I really... There are so many commercials, you know.
So you're going to say no.
She will say no. Television... now, the question was... What was it again?
Yeah, ladies, do you think you'd make love more often if you didn't have a television set?
No.
All right.
No, we would not make love more often if we did not have a television.
Now, Blues, he's done very well for just...
Who knows more about my love life, me or you?
All right. Bring on Dorothy Joe. Darling Dorothy Joe, here's the question, and we need an answer. Do you think you'd make love more often if you didn't have a television set? Yes or no?
Well, we did, but that was 25 years ago. So, yes.
Oh! That's not what he said.
Of course.
Bob, you want to tell Dorothy Joe what?
Well, honey, I had explained that we'd been married more than just a week and all that. But I said that I did not think we would make love anymore if we did not have a television set.
Now, a crystal set, a different matter entirely.
Yeah.
All right, well, never mind. You're going to have a chance.
A transistor radio.
Okay, Bert, what do you think Ann's going to say?
Lord knows. I make my living in television, as do we all. If we didn't have a television set, we couldn't afford a bed, so it wouldn't make any difference anyway, I don't think.
Made love on the radio.
Okay. You know, it's become, and that's an interesting question because we have late night viewing habits, at least I do. Ann is essentially a night person.
Are you saying you're a peeping Tom?
No, no. I didn't say that. Did I say that?
Late night viewing habits.
You have to explain them. No, see, she is really hooked on Mary Hartman, which comes on at 11 o'clock out here. Now, so I would like to watch the news at 11, but she likes to watch, so we watch Mary Hartman. Now, when Mary Hartman's finished, she's maybe ready, but I like to see Johnny Carson's opening monologue. Before you know it, it's long about 12:15. I'm getting kind of tired, you know. I think that television at that time, yes. However, in the afternoon, when Tattletales is on, since I've already seen the Tattletale show.
What do you think she's going to say?
I don't know. I'm going to say no. I don't really think. Wait a minute. Yes, you mean that it has? We would make love more often if it wasn't for television? You think so? How they know that, I don't know. Okay.
What do you say?
Okay, I'll say yes.
Say yes?
Sure. I mean, it's a gamble either way, right?
Okay. All right. Let's get Ann on, please. Pretty Ann.
Hi.
Do you think that you'd make love more often if you didn't have a television set? Yes or no?
Gee, a set isn't so much trouble. It's a kid. You can turn a set off. I've never understood how people with 8 or 9 kids have more. I mean, when do they... Oh, well, never mind. No, I don't think it would matter. I don't think...
That's what I wanted to say.
I said yes.
I said yes because the bananas wanted me to, but I have to face the bananas out here, darling. I'm sorry.
It's because I'm hooked on Mary Hartman.
That's what I said.
I know you do.
I said that.
And I suggest you both watch the Farm Report, and that would help you. It's on about 6 in the morning. Jack, what's Doe going to say?
Well, let's see. Doe is a good sleeper. She's got a badge for good sleeping.
Uh-huh.
And if I turn on the TV set, that doesn't wake her up. And if I turn on... that doesn't wake her up. I remember once she woke up, but it was an earthquake, huh?
Have you tried the horizontal hold? I think that's
Well, the question is, would we make love more often if there were no television set?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I think so, because we had that late night viewing habit, too, and you do tend to get sleepy and drowse off.
You'll say yes.
Yeah.
All right. Shh, everybody know. We heard somebody talking. You'll only lose the money if you give it out, so don't. Bring on Pretty Doe. Darling Doe, the question is, do you think you'd make love more often if you didn't have a television set? Yes or no?
Oh, I don't know. Yes.
All right. You got it all. What a way to start. The question was worth $150, and you got it. We'll be back right after this. Well done. Doan Nars just came, got all of that money, $150. This question right now worth $150. Ladies, listen. Your husbands are all MCs of Goodson Todman television shows. Now, we asked Mr. Mark Goodson, who's a delightful man, and a gentleman, by the way, whose pool I clean, what qualities he thought a good MC should have. Now, he gave us 4 qualities. He said a sense of humor is 1. 2, a cool organizational head. 3, a glib tongue. And 4, the charm to make the women in the audience adore him. Now, which of these is your husband's strongest quality? as an MC.
Oh, boy.
Sense of humor, cool organizational head, glib tongue, and the charm to make women in the audience adore him. Bye-bye.
Oh,
there they go.
The rottenness.
Well, here
Oh,
he
that's
is.
the worst.
Here's the gentleman right now, Mr. Bert Convy.
Oh.
What do you think your darling wife will say?
Oh.
What quality is your strongest?
Well, she wouldn't put them quite the way you do. A glib tongue means I got a big mouth, as far as she's concerned. What were the other ones?
It's sense of humor,
sense
cool
of humor.
organizational head.
It's not that one.
Glib tongue, or the old charm to make the women in the audience adore him.
Bananas, what do you think? You led me. Number 4, do you think so? Ask the guy,
doing
though,
the
'cause
old
that's
modesty.
where we're gonna... what do you think? Number 4, really? Oh, boy, I don't know. It feels funny to say that.
Well,
you sure?
of course.
Because I would have said...
You want me to say it for you?
No, sir. I would have... it is embarrassing.
Now, why don't we level it? You know you want to say 4. They want you to say 4.
No, I would humor because
Oh, really?
Because I can't get anything right, you know. I still haven't gotten this job
I'm just
down.
trying to get you off the hook graciously here, Bert.
All right.
What would you like?
Let's ask a Bananas, because I can't tell. You see me. What would Ann say? Who knows what you'll say? I don't know any more than you do.
The banana section helped you so much with that first question.
Yeah,
I
it's true.
sure asked this.
Yeah. What do you think, Bert?
Well, honestly, I would say glib tongue. I think that...
A glib tongue?
That's what I would say, but I don't know how she'd feel about it.
Well,
the red
see,
section
otherwise
likes
we'll be
that.
here all day.
I know, I'm trying. We're running out
The
of
red
time.
section likes that.
Give me an
Lead
answer.
them down the path,
I'll
gang.
I'll go with
What do you go with?
I'll go with the 4th one then.
The 4th one?
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know, though. I'll be wrong once.
Bring on Annie. And, my darling, which one do you think is your husband's strongest quality as an MC? 1, a sense of humor, cool organizational head is number 2, a glib tongue, or number 4, the charm to make women in the audience adore him.
This is very difficult. I'll say charm.
You got a piece of the pie. Well done.
Thank you, honey. I didn't know.
Bert was so charming, he waited until they said that answer.
Was he glib, too? That was my
because
second-
modesty would make him not say that.
he didn't say
I
modesty.
would look right up and
I
say
kept
it.
saying number 4.
Right.
You didn't say the word.
I wouldn't even say the word charm.
That's
true.
All right, Jack,
Yes.
what is Doe going to say?
Again, this is really tough, but I have to try to put myself in her position. What will she say? What was the third one?
Sense of humor, cool organizational head, a glib tongue, or the old charmer Rooney?
All 4.
But we need one. The strongest one, Jack.
I think I'll go along with number 3.
Number 3?
When my foot is not in my mouth, I'm fairly glib.
A glib
When
tongue.
I'm not standing on my tongue,
Okay.
once in a while I can get something out.
A glib tongue?
Right.
Let's have Doe. Darling Doe, which is your husband's strongest quality as an MC? Sense of humor? Cool organizational head? Number 3, glib tongue. Number 4, the charm to make the women in the audience adore him.
Cool and organized.
Number 2, that's not what he said, my love. No.
honey,
Jack
I
said he thought you would say that he had a glib tongue.
Because,
Well, here today and gone tomorrow, all right? Okay, Bob, come to you.
Thank
What's
goodness we got
that
a little
lovely
cushion.
Dorothy Joe going to say?
Would it be possible for me to check with my agent?
Of course it would. Right after you give me the answer.
Well, now, the other day she said I was charming. She was a particularly nice moment, and she said I was charming. But she has also told me that I was well organized. However, I think that on this day, on this edition of Tattletales, emceed by Richard Dawson, she will say sense of humor.
Oh, okay.
I think she'll say sense of humor.
You'll say sense of humor. Dorothy Joe, please. All right, Dorothy Joe, now. You know, we asked Mr. Goodson all about it, the 4 qualities that make a good MC. He said 1, a sense of humor. 2, a cool organizational head. 3, a glib tongue. 4, the charm to make the women in the audience adore him. Which do you think Bob's strongest quality is as an MC?
Well, I bet you that what he said was sense of humor.
You got it. Oh, beautiful. You two split the pot. Will you check the wheel, please? All right. Well, you see, they've done it. They split the pot. We'll be back right after this when we change around. show off on. I have the pretty ladies here now. We have the third question. Got the gentleman on the tube. And yes, you're right. You do look better on television, gentlemen. Now, Dorothy, Joe, and Bob, you have $75. Ann and Bert, $75. And Doe and Jack, you have $150. This question now is worth $150, and here we go. Men, when was the last time you went 2 full days without shaving? Within the last week, month, year, or longer ago than that? All right? Bye-bye. I thought they'd never leave. All right, Doe, I'm going to start with you, darling. When was the last time, what do you think Jack's going to say? Last time that he went 2 full days without shaving. Was it within the last week, month, year, or longer ago than that? Now, if that offends you, I'll ask you another question.
I know he went to Rio and he let everything go. That was, what is it, a year ago?
Is it within the last week, month, year, or longer ago than that?
I guess longer.
Longer?
Yeah, it's been about a year and
always
2 months or something like that.
Every day, get something shaved?
Uh-huh.
Because I don't. I'm terrible.
He hates it, but he...
But he does.
He does it.
Okay.
Oh, please, Jack.
Let's see. Come on, Jack, please. Jack, what we want to know was the last time you went 2 full days without shaving. Was it within the last week, month, year, or longer ago than that?
2 days or longer, I assume, I guess. At least 2 days without, huh? It had to be a year ago.
Yet,
we were on a trip, and I didn't shave. I think we were in Brazil.
So you say a year ago?
Yeah, I think it was about a year ago.
And Doe said longer ago than that.
Longer ago?
Well, oh.
Yep. Well, unless you've invested in razor blades, don't groan. Dorothy, Joe, coming to you.
Well, I think the last time Barker didn't shave for even 1 day was when he was about 12 years old.
Oh,
so
really? Every day?
He didn't need to really a lot. So, yeah, he
He's
shaves.
always so neat.
He shaves every day.
I have a feeling he wakes up and he's fully dressed when he wakes up. He always looks so neat and dapper. So you'll say longer
ago than that.
Longer ago than that. Okay. Shh, quiet, please. Bob? Bob, we want to know when was the last time you went 2 full days without shaving? Within the last week, month, the last year, or longer ago than that?
Well, number 5 on Mark Goodson's list is neatness. But I do believe it was in the last year.
Oh no, that's not. Dorothy Joe said longer ago than that.
He has not gone 2 days
Said you
without
always
shaving.
shave.
Well, I
we're
went
gonna
a
see now.
day. I skipped a day. Probably.
There was 1 day you didn't shave within the last year, but not 2 days, Barker.
Whatever you
Well,
say,
I think we've
sweetheart.
learned more about shaving than we wish to know. Here we go now. Little Ann, get the whole thing right now.
Wait a minute, I want to talk about shaving.
If Bert can count, we have this one.
Uh-huh.
It was 2 weeks ago, so that's within the last month, right?
Last month. That's what you say? All right. Quiet, everybody. Win the whole thing right here. Bert. Bert, now, you can win the whole thing right now, $150. No one has it right. When was the last time you went 2 full days without shaving? Within the last week, the last month, last year, or longer ago than that?
Well, I hope Ann remembers. Within the last week.
No, that is not what she said, and no one got it. But we'll add that money, and we'll come back and play for $450 right after we watch this. $50, gentlemen, I want you to listen. Anyone can win right now. Men, which of the 2 of you gets frustrated more easily, you or your wife? Which of the 2 of you gets frustrated more easily, you or your wife? Bye-bye. All right. Shall I start with Dorothy, Joe, and Bob? Would that seem okay with you? They say yes. Dorothy, Joe.
I guess I better say me.
You'll say you?
Yes.
Any reason particular?
No, except that we're in a hurry and...
Yes, I'll accept. Isn't she beautiful? All right, you'll say you. Okay.
Right.
Shh, quiet. Bring Bob on, please. Bob, there's $450 riding here. Which of the 2 of you gets frustrated more easily, you or Dorothy Joe?
Well, first I would like to apologize to Dorothy Joe for my answer about that shaving question. I know that was a very frustrating experience for her. And now I want to say that I believe that Dorothy Joe becomes more frustrated.
You're correct. Well done. You're going to share in the pot. Okay.
Oh.
And?
This is hard. I get frustrated over big things. He gets frustrated over little things. I have to thread the thing through the pajama bottoms for him.
Which one?
Bert. I'm going to say Bert.
Bert? Okay.
But it's...
Shh, quiet. Bert, please. Bert, we got to move along. So which of the two of you gets frustrated more easily, you or your wife, Ann?
Oh, it's hard. I'm going to say Ann.
That is not correct. She said you.
Now I'm
Joe?
Me. Jack's Mr. Cool.
You say you?
Me,
Jack
me,
is
me.
Mr. Cool. All right, quiet right now. Bring on Jack, please. Jack?
Yes.
Only one winner so far. You can share the money right now. And if you share it, it means you're going to win. Which of the two of you gets frustrated more easily, you or your wife, Doe?
I do.
That is not correct. Dorothy Joe and Bob with the blue, they've just won. We'll be back to tell you how much right after this. Well done.
A message for...
$125. We had 1,000 to that. We thank all of you. Be nice to each other. Thank you.
Everyone in this arena has a money stake in one of our famous couples as we play the game of celebrity gossip, Tattletales. And here's the star of Tattletales, Bert Convy.
Kiss. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Hello, everybody. Thank you. Welcome. Nice. Welcome to Tattletales. Nice to have you with us today. I'm not going to go into a big thing today. I'll tell you why. We have a very special day and week coming up for you, and I think you'll get the idea when you see who's on the show. Hold on. Winning money today for the blues section, the star of The Price is Right, Mr. Bob Barker and his wife, Dorothy Joe. Winning money today for the banana section, the star of Concentration, Mr. Jack Norris and his wife, Doe.
Howdy. Thank you.
Thank you, Bert. And winning money today for the red section, the star of the Family Feud and Match Game, Mr. Richard Dawson and his wife, and his dad, Doe. Thank you.
I really appreciate that.
Okay. Now, I said, now, obviously, you see what we've got here. We've got the stars of all their own shows, all hosts, and this is all host week, and you're going to turn it on me this week, too. I'm going to be on with my wife, Ann, tomorrow, so I hope you'll all... you're going to have a good time, right?
Sure. Oh, you better believe it.
Yes. You guys should be in perfect control. Shouldn't be any problems. Everybody knows exactly how this works and what to do. And we'll find out if that holds true in just a
The
moment.
way I understand it is that tomorrow I do the show, the next day Jack does the show, the next day Richard does the show, then the next day you do the show and straighten the whole mess out.
No, not true at all. Wait till you see me up there. It looks easy, gang. It isn't easy.
Now you're
Ladies,
telling us
are you
it's
ready
hard.
to go?
Yes.
Okay, we'll see how much these guys can handle right now. Here's the first question. It's worth $150. It's for you ladies. Ladies, has your guy ever suggested that you wear something sexier? Yes or no? Has he ever suggested that? Wear something sexier. Off you go. Trying to think myself how I would answer this. Very carefully, I think, is how I'd answer this. Bob, what do you think Dorothy Joe will say to that?
Well, I've made a lot of suggestions about her clothes over the years, like, you've got to get rid of that, and things like that. I'm trying to remember ever having said that she should wear something because it would be sexier. Certainly I have said wear something because I think it would be attractive. And so I'm going to say that she will say yes, because she's going to start trying to think of what I would say that she would say.
Right.
And
I can see you
no, it's
learned
too
this
early in
game.
the week to start all that, though. Yeah.
Say.
She will say yes, I have.
She'll say yes. Here she comes. Dorothy Joe, has Bob ever suggested to you that you wear something sexier? Yes or no?
Well, I tell you, he buys all my clothes, and So you'd think that he would be sort of in control, but among other things, one time he bought me some basketball knee guards. And I use them. I use them when I'm scrubbing floors and.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for clearing that up, Dorothy Joe.
And he's forever suggesting that I take those off before I answer the door. So I guess I'd look sexier if I didn't have them on. So I guess I'd have to say yes.
That's it. You got it.
That's beautiful.
Either that, he could have suggested that you get some sexy knee guards, one or the other.
I must explain that she is not exaggerating. She gets down and scrubs the kitchen floor on her hands and knees.
Right.
And I thought that she should protect her knees, so I did indeed get her some basketball knee guards. But they are Wilt Chamberlain autographed knee guards.
Real spiffy.
What more could you ask of a husband? Oh, here,
Jack,
darling, let me get you some knee guards. That's very thoughtful. Jack, what will Doe say to this?
Marvelous. I can't get over Bob's explanation. That's beautiful. Well, let's see. Doe's now into jeans a lot, and she goes to church a lot. You don't want to get dressed sexy for that. Oh, I know what. She spends an awful lot of time in uniform. You know, she flies. So
Well, you better clarify that, Jack.
Well, I mean, she's they call them cabin attendants now.
Yes,
I think.
right.
They've been known as stews in the past or whatever.
Yes.
So she spends a great deal of time in those drab, old, dumb-looking. I hope the people at the airline aren't listening.
What airline is she with?
Yes, what airline
You'll
is
never,
this
I'll
question?
never say.
Well, I'd say, well,
You'll
just
never.
give us the
Anyhow,
initials.
When she's on the ground and we want to go out, yes, definitely. I'll say, get out of that thing and get into something sexy.
Okay, the answer is
Or
a firm
sexier.
Yes.
Yes.
Sexier, yes. Here she
See
comes
what
now. Doe, has Jack ever suggested that you wear something sexier, yes or no?
No.
Oh, he said yes.
Hey,
You want to straighten him out,
hon.
Doe, or?
Come on. You spend so much time in that dumb-looking uniform, and when you do get a chance to dress up, of course you dress sexier. Right?
Yes, but you never asked me.
Oh. How about if I tell you? I
No,
never
I'm
asked.
sorry.
I thought I was sexy enough, Jack. You
That's
What?
true, too. Lord knows that's true.
Okay.
Doe, you're right. He's wrong. Don't you worry about it. And the bananas...
Sorry, bananas.
No, listen, the bananas are terrific. They're not worried. They come from behind all the time. Don't
They
you
do?
worry about it.
Get
Sure.
to the next one. Quick. Okay.
They're not the least bit worried. Richard, what will Jody say?
Well, Jody spends a great deal of time in Wilt Chamberlain's old T-shirt. And I'm sick about it. Where's his wife working, by the way, next week? No, she looks great in everything. And she really does. She always looks darling to me. The only time I ever suggested she remove anything, it was a big plastic baggie that she was wearing.
No, that's...
It was a party at Liberace's. I don't know what it was called. I honestly can never recall telling her to wear something sexier. I think she looks great in everything.
So
So
the
I think
answer
she'll
is no.
say is no.
Okay, here comes Jody. Jody, has Richard ever suggested to you that you wear something sexier, yes or no?
I think Richard likes to see women in tailor clothes, and no, he has never suggested.
That's it. You got it. Absolutely right. Jody and Richard, Dorothy, Joe, and Bob split the opening question in half. We'll come back with all of our hosts in just a moment. Don't miss it. It's going to be fun. See you in a minute.
Stay tuned. The night's still young on Game Show Saturday night.
All right, here we go. Question number 2 coming up, and this is it. Ladies, this thing here is called a beeper. Okay, wait, you can't see it. Can you hear it, huh? Little beeper? Okay. Now, it's the sort of thing that doctors carry around so that they can be reached anytime, wherever they are, right? Would you like to carry one of these things around so that your man could reach you at any moment, wherever you are? I think you've all grasped the significance of that question, and we'll come back and find out your answers in a moment. Goodbye. We'll start with you, Jack. Do you think that Doe would like to carry one of those around so she could reach you at any moment?
She could reach me or I could
Is
reach her?
that what I said? Would you like to carry one of these around so that your man could reach
Oh,
you?
yeah.
See, that you could reach her. She
I could
carries the
reach
beeper,
her.
which rings when you want her.
Oh, my gosh. Well, she's gone a lot, Bert.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And when she's gone, she's very far away.
Yes.
And I mean, sometimes she's gone for 3 or 4 days.
Hey.
And I get a little tired of golf every day.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like to play golf every day. You're beeping me. And when she's very far away, I don't know what she's doing.
True.
And if I hit that beeper and it went off at a, you know, at the wrong time, like if she was serving something and it would go all over the passenger and whatever. What I'm trying to say is, yeah. Actually, it would be working in reverse, because then if I beeped her, then she could no.
No, but
then
we
she
didn't
would be
ask it.
checking
No, we
on-
didn't
she'd be
ask it in
checking on
reverse
me.
though. See,
She'd know where I was if I was beeping her.
not necessarily.
Oh, that's true.
No, you won't have a beeper. So you'd call like the exchange and say, "Beep my wife because I want to know
When
where
did
she
you
is."
stop beeping your wife?
I beg your pardon.
I don't beep my wife. You beep your wife?
Beep my wife,
All the
please.
time. Yeah, please.
Beep my wife.
What did I
please.
say first? Yes or no?
You said yes.
Yes, that she would like it.
That she would like to
What-
carry
don't
one
you
of these
think-
things so that
No.
you could reach her.
Yes? How many yeses out
Oh, the bananas are racked with indecision. They don't know.
there? No. Well, you heard me explain the situation while she's traveling. You think it would be no? All right. I'll go with no.
So you're going to say no.
She would not like me to beep her.
That's right. She doesn't want to carry one of these beepers around so that you can
She
reach
doesn't
her
want me to beep her.
wherever
right.
she is.
No.
Here she comes now. Shh, don't say a word now. You give it away. Doe, would you like to carry one of these beepers around so that Jack could reach you at any moment wherever you are?
Oh, I think that would be great.
No, he said no.
Oh, Jack!
I let him change my mind.
See, I hope you're not serving when it happens, because we're afraid what would... why do you say that, Doe? I mean, you think that would be okay. You didn't mind if he did that, huh?
Well, I get very lonely when I'm out of the country, and I'd really like to talk to Jack and have him know where I am. And,
on the line
Jack,
now.
I miss you.
Sorry about that, Doe, but you covered yourself with glory. Sorry, Jack. Richard, what will Jody say?
Zip so far.
It's a tough question. It really is.
Yeah?
Because now I love gadgets. And I don't know what that is, but I've got to get one of those immediately.
Just move it
Not
over
for
a little bit.
nothing to do with Jody, but I just think it's marvelous.
Just move it over a little bit.
Just a second.
There you go.
Just blew up the Price is Right. But I do love that. I think that's neat.
Yeah, I do
But
too.
I have to tell you, Jody, liberated lady, does not want to answer and be called, you know, at any time, really. With my luck, it's like playing the anthem when you're going to the bathroom. I would think that she will say no,
She'll
that
say
she
no.
would not want to. Really, I really do. I think she'd say no. No,
On the other
if I
hand,
don't
just-
trust her, you know, then she doesn't want to know it anyway. I
Right.
really believe.
Just for fun, though, it doesn't have anything to do with the question. Would you like to have one so she could reach you whenever she
Oh,
wants?
yeah, because I'd love to get this, and I'll give it to all of you. You can give me a call anytime.
All right, fine. But
I
the
would.
answer
I
is-
love this. I don't know what it is. I guarantee I'll have one within a week.
Okay. But the answer is no for her.
Right.
Here she comes. Jody, would you like Richard to carry one of those beeper things around so that... no, would you like to carry one of these beeper things around so that Richard could reach you at any moment, wherever you are?
Well, I've always had a problem of letting people know where I am. I'm an irresponsible person when it comes to calling and letting someone know where I am, and Richard knows this, so I think it would be rather nice to have one of those.
No, he said no. She'd like to have one of those so you could tell her where she is, because she
That's
doesn't.
right.
Yeah. That's
Well, she's an amnesia victim. She doesn't.
Don't
She
tell me
doesn't
I
know
got
where
that.
she
That's
is.
incredible. There you are. He said absolutely not. You were a liberated lady.
I
You
know
probably
that.
And you would
wouldn't
not
know
want to
about
give
that.
an account of
All right,
where
here we
you
go.
were.
Bob, you can get the whole thing for the
Oh,
blue
there's a
section
load
here.
on your shoulders, Bob.
I tell you, I think a beeper would drive Dorothy Joe crazy. I really do. She doesn't even like to have the phone ring. I mean, she doesn't like to talk on the phone. If I call her, if I'm at the studio and I call her, it should be for a reason. If I call and say, "Hi, honey, Barker, what do you want?" You know? And we have a big old Spanish house, and if she's upstairs and I'm downstairs, and I say, "Dorothy Joe, sweetheart, What do you want, Barker? What do you want? What do you want, you know? And if this beeper should go off at the wrong time, no matter where she might be, I can just hear her in the middle of anything. Barker, what do you want? What do you want? You see?
She's afraid you want her to get on her knees in the kitchen again. That's
There you are. I think that even if it were autographed by Wilt Chamberlain, no, she doesn't want it.
The answer is a firm no. Here she comes. Wait a minute, you haven't got it yet. Here comes Dorothy Joe. Dorothy Joe, you can get the whole thing for the blue section right here. Would you like to carry one of these beeper things around so that Bob could reach you at any moment wherever you are?
Oh, in the first place, he doesn't want to reach me at any moment. And I definitely don't want one of the dumb beepers.
You got it. That's what the man said. You got the whole thing for the blue section as well. We'll change places at halftime, gentlemen. You'll step to the rear. We'll bring the ladies out front. We'll come back with the second half in just a moment. You don't want to miss this one. Hi. Here we go. We have changed places after halftime. I have three lovely ladies with me. The gentlemen are in the back. And Dorothy, Joe, and Bob are in the lead with $225. You got to play catch up. Listen to this one, fellas. You're helping out a worthwhile charity bazaar by selling kisses in their kissing booth for $100 apiece. That's very nice of you. In the middle of the evening, a man you've never seen before steps up and offers you $1,000 for a kiss. Would you sell him a kiss for $1,000? Yes or no? Okay, there you are in the charity booth. The offer is $1,000. Think it over, fellas. Goodbye. I can see their faces and you can't. Jody, we're going to start with Richard. What do you think he'll do?
Simple, because he kisses men anyway. You know that? No, he does. He's very warm person, and he does kiss his male friends. So I know for sure that he would say yes for $1,000 for charity. He's a good sport. He's willing to earn some money for a worthwhile cause. So definitely yes.
The answer is definitely yes. I was just waiting to see what else would happen. Okay, it's a definite yes. He'll kiss the man for $1,000.
Sure.
Would he take 5.5? Here he comes now. Richard, this fella steps up in the middle of all of this kissing and offers you $1,000 instead of the normal price, right? $1,000. Would you sell him a kiss for $1,000?
Give me a kiss and I'll tell you, Bert.
Hey.
Well, sure, if it was a charity, you know, I'd be there for the reason of raising money. And I would kiss 9 guys for $1,000.
All right, you got it.
But for you, $1.95.
I think we've got 9 guys in the red section. I'll take you up on that,
My
too, Richard.
pleasure.
Thank you. Dorothy Joe, what will Bob say?
Well, not too long ago, there was a Frenchman on Price is Right, and he gave him a big kiss.
Really?
After he won a car or something, and it didn't seem to bother Barker a lot, so I'm sure he just assumed whoever the other fellow was.
Right, okay. I think that's only fair, as long as he doesn't come around again, right?
Just once.
Okay, the answer is yes. Here comes Bob. Bob, this fellow steps up in the middle of the evening, offers you $1,000 for a kiss. Would you sell him a kiss for $1,000?
I hate this question. I want to do the right thing for my charity. On the other hand, yes, a little peck on the cheek.
You got it. A little peck on the cheek. I don't know, it'd be a very expensive peck on the cheek, wouldn't it? I mean, if I was going to pay $1,000, I'd want to kiss you, you know, all the way there, Bob.
Well, now, for you, Bird, anything, you know.
Bill, what will Jack say?
Yes, he would.
He would do
very, very deep into charities, and he would. And just like Jody's, Jack does kiss some of his friends. I mean, that's just a thing to do.
Sure.
It's very European, and Jack would for $1,000.
Why not? Here he comes. The answer is yes. Jack, there you are.
Yes,
this is for this worthwhile charity in the bazaar, and man comes up to you, offers you $1,000 if you give him a kiss. Would you sell him a kiss for $1,000?
Now, I believe you said it's someone I had never seen before.
That's right, strange man.
Strange. Yeah, he would be strange.
Is that what it says in the middle of me? A man you've never seen before steps up and offers you $1,000. Correct.
Man I'd never seen before. I'd have to say no.
No, that's not what Bill said. What interests me is that if it's a guy you knew, you'd kiss him.
Oh,
Is that
well.
it, Jack?
Well,
oh, I remember you. Give me a kiss.
I'm sorry I said that now.
Sorry about that. Yeah, the bananas are kind of sorry, too. Sorry,
I
Jack.
can
You got a
believe
big question coming up, though. Dorothy, Joe, and Bob, and Jody and Richard split that one in half, and we'll come back in a moment with a $300 question. What would you do? Would you kiss a strange man? Well, of course, my dear.
Stay tuned. Game show Saturday nights coming right back.
Here we go. This question worth $300. This will decide it. Gentlemen, it's for you. Which of the two of you is more adaptable to change? You or your gal? Good question, too. Which of the two of you is more adaptable to change? Off you go. And we'll start with Doe. Between you and Jack, which of you is more adaptable?
I.
It's definitely you.
Uh-huh.
Here comes Jack. Jack, which of the two of you is more adaptable to change, you or Doe?
Well, we're both adaptable, but which is more? I'll have to go with me.
No. Go with herself. Hey, Jack, don't worry about it. You're batted 1,000, Jack.
Yes. No.
Sorry about that, Jack. You can square up with the bananas later. Jody, what will Richard say? Which one of you is more adaptable?
No, I am more adaptable than Richard.
Definitely. Huh? That's a definite.
Yep.
Here comes Richard now. Richard, between you and Dodie, which of you is more adaptable to change, would you say?
The only thing I'll change is my underwear. The answer is Jody.
That's it. You got it. Okay, here we go. Hold on, gang. This is for the game, Dorothy Joe. Between you and Bob, which of you is more adaptable?
Marker, definitely.
He is definitely more adaptable
Yes.
to change. Here he comes. Bob, this is for the game. I don't want you to feel any pressure, but if you miss this, Richard and Jody come storming from behind. Which of the two of you is more adaptable to change, you or Dorothy Joe?
There is absolutely no way I can miss this. I am more
That's it.
adaptable.
You got it. Dorothy Joe and Bob, Jody and Richard get it, split it in half. And there it is. Time is up. The Blues have won it. We shall return in just a moment and give the Blues their money. Ain't got
Stay tuned for more of Game Show Saturday nights.
The big winners today, Dorothy Joe and Bob Barker with $450. We had 1,000. The blue section will divide $1,450. Congratulations to you. If you're around tomorrow, I would like you to tune in because my wife and I, Ann, I remember her name, it's Ann, we're going to be right here on the panel, so tune in and see how we mess it all up. Won't you? Bert Covey saying so long. See you next time. Thank you, everybody.
This is Gene Wood speaking for Tattletale. A Mark Goodson, Bill Codman production.